In the misty mountains of northern Japan, where the clouds drift low and the forests seem to breathe with ancient secrets, a remarkable spiritual journey unfolded. Here, a handful of Buddhist monks undertook a practice that defies modern comprehension: self-mummification, a path so extreme and mysterious that it blurs the line between life and death. These monks didn't simply die, they transformed themselves into incorruptible relics, enduring years of unimaginable hardship and extreme asceticism to become living Buddhas, revered as spiritual guides even after their passing. The process was harrowing. A monk, still alive, would seal himself in a stone tomb, breathing through a bamboo tube, ringing a bell daily to signal life. Each ring echoed his determination, a fragile thread connecting him to the world outside. When the bell fell silent, the tomb was sealed for 1,000 days. The community would wait, honoring the monk's sacrifice, unsure if he would emerge as a Sokushinbutsu. This was Sokushinbutsu, a quest not for death, but for ultimate enlightenment, to serve as a beacon of hope and spiritual strength for generations to come. It was believed that such sacrifice could bring blessings to the entire community. The body was seen as a vessel to be purified, not cherished, and the journey demanded total isolation, a strict diet of nuts, roots, and bark, and relentless meditation. Every day was a test of willpower, faith, and the desire to transcend the physical world. Only a few succeeded, making each Sokushinbutsu a rare symbol of spiritual endurance. Their preserved bodies displayed in temples inspire awe and reverence, drawing pilgrims and seekers from across the world. For these monks, the silence of the mountains was both companion and witness to their transformation. The landscape itself seemed to hold its breath, honoring their devotion. To understand Sokushinbutsu is to glimpse the extraordinary lengths humans will go in search of meaning beyond the flesh, a testament to the power of faith, discipline, and the eternal quest for enlightenment. Sokushinbutsu, or achieving Buddhahood in this body, is rooted in Shingon Buddhism, founded by Kukai in 9th century Japan. Kukai taught that the body could be a direct vehicle to enlightenment, inspiring followers to emulate his legendary eternal meditation. The practice took hold in the remote, harsh mountains of northern Japan, especially among the monks of Udono-san. Here, isolation and hardship became spiritual tools, shaping a unique path of devotion. Over centuries, the process was refined, a multi-year regimen to strip away fat and moisture, preparing the body for mummification. Early failures led to innovation, and only the most dedicated could endure the suffering required. Sokushinbutsu became a rare, extreme expression of Shingon doctrine, a fusion of belief, asceticism, and the unforgiving landscape. It was a lifelong commitment, chosen with full awareness of the suffering ahead. Why endure such agony? For these monks, Sokushinbutsu was the ultimate act of compassion, a way to become a living Buddha, praying eternally for humanity's salvation. Their preserved bodies anchored their spiritual presence, offering hope and healing in times of famine, disease, or disaster. The ritual was a self-sacrifice for the community, believed to bring blessings and protection. On a personal level, it was the final test of spiritual discipline, proving mastery over body and mind. The hope of greeting Maitreya, the future Buddha, added cosmic significance. These monks saw themselves as waiting to assist in a new age of enlightenment. Their suffering was transformed into a purposeful, optimistic act of faith. Sokushinbutsu was not an end, but a transition into eternal meditation for the benefit of all. The journey began with Mokuji Kigyo, or tree-eating training, 1,000 days of foraging nuts, berries, and pine needles, avoiding all grains. This diet stripped away body fat while relentless physical labor, hauling wood, mountain pilgrimages, pushed the body to its limits. Every hunger pang and aching muscle was a test of resolve, a step toward transcending the physical. Meditation and chanting fortified the mind, while the simple mountain diet cleansed the spirit. The monk slowly severed ties to society, preparing for profound isolation. By the end of this stage, the body was lean and hardened, the mind sharpened by suffering. Many faltered, but those who endured proved their readiness for even greater austerity. This was only the beginning, a test of both body and spirit. The next 1,000 days would demand even more. The second stage was even harsher. The monk's diet shrank to pine bark and roots, barely enough to survive. This further eliminated fat and began dehydrating the body, while the tough diet itself was a meditative ordeal. The monk's body withered to skin and bone, a visible sign of progress toward incorruptibility. Solitary meditation intensified, detaching the mind from physical suffering. Mental fortitude became as crucial as physical endurance. After 6 years of relentless austerity, the monk's body was a dry, lean vessel, resistant to decay. The community watched, recognizing the nearing of Buddhahood. The final, irreversible steps awaited. In the final and most harrowing phase of the ritual, the monk consumed tea brewed from the sap of the urushi tree, a substance known for its deadly toxicity. This was not an ordinary beverage, but a carefully prepared poison, intended to bring about a profound transformation within the body. The act was both a test of will and a deliberate step towards self-mummification, marking the point of no return. Drinking this poisonous tea triggered violent vomiting and rapid, severe dehydration. But its true purpose was even more extraordinary. The urushi sap rendered the monk's body inhospitable to bacteria and insects, effectively halting the natural processes of decay. This ensured that after death, the body would remain preserved, untouched by the usual forces of decomposition. The agony of self-poisoning was unimaginable. It was the ultimate act of purification, a final mastery over the body's needs and weaknesses. The monk endured excruciating pain, all in pursuit of spiritual transcendence and the hope of eternal meditation. As death drew near, the monk was led to a specially prepared stone chamber. There, he took his place in the lotus position, the traditional posture of meditation, and was sealed inside. A bamboo tube provided air, and a small bell was placed within reach. Each day, the monk rang the bell to signal that he was still alive. The sound was a message to the world outside, a sign of endurance and unwavering faith. When the bell finally fell silent, the bamboo tube was removed, and the chamber was sealed for 1,000 days. Outside, the community kept a solemn vigil, praying and waiting in anticipation. Their hope was that the monk's sacrifice would lead to a miraculous preservation. This long period of waiting was crucial. It was a test not only of the monk's faith, but also of the community's patience and belief in the process. Only after this 1,000-day vigil would the tomb be unsealed, revealing the outcome of the monk's ultimate sacrifice. If the body was found perfectly preserved, the monk was declared a Sokushinbutsu, a living Buddha, forever enshrined in meditation, a symbol of spiritual victory over death. But if decay had set in, it was seen as a failure, a reminder of the immense difficulty and the ultimate test of faith, endurance, and the limits of the human body. After 1,000 days of silence and anticipation, the tomb was finally unsealed, an event that had been awaited with a mixture of reverence and curiosity by the temple monks and local villagers alike. The heavy stone door, untouched for years, creaked open, revealing a sight that would astonish all who witnessed it. Sometimes, within the darkness, there appeared a perfectly preserved monk, still seated in the lotus position, as if deep in meditation. The air was thick with awe, for it seemed as though time itself had paused, leaving the monk untouched by the centuries. Among these remarkable discoveries, one of the most revered was Daijuku Bosatsu Shinyokai Shonin. In the late 1600s, during a time of devastating famine, he undertook the arduous Sokushinbutsu ritual, hoping to bring relief and spiritual salvation to his suffering community. His self-sacrifice was an act of compassion and unwavering faith. When his body was discovered, astonishingly intact, it was hailed as a miracle. For the people of his village, Shinyokai Shonin became a symbol of hope and resilience, a living testament to the power of belief in the human spirit. Today, Shinyokai Shonin rests in Ryusui-ji Dainichibu Temple, dressed in beautiful robes and surrounded by offerings. He is revered not just as a relic of the past, but as a living spiritual presence, drawing pilgrims and visitors from across Japan and beyond. Monks continue to care for him with deep respect, changing his robes every 6 years in a solemn and elaborate ceremony. This ritual is both an act of devotion and a way to honor his enduring legacy. The story of Shinyokai Shonin, along with the few dozen other monks who achieved Sokushinbutsu, transforms what was once considered legend into tangible history. Their lives and sacrifices are recorded in temple scrolls and remembered in rituals to this day. these preserved monks are not merely artifacts encased in glass. They are enduring results of a life dedicated to an extraordinary and demanding spiritual quest. Their presence continues to inspire reflection and reverence. They challenge us to consider the immense power of faith, the depths of human devotion, and the many ways cultures across the world seek to understand the mysteries of life and death. Sokushinbutsu embodied the Mahayana ideal of the Bodhisattva, enlightened beings who remain in the world to help others. By becoming enduring relics, these monks offered their compassion as a permanent presence, a living prayer for humanity. In Shingon Buddhism, body and spirit are inseparable. The preserved body became a mandala, a sacred diagram of the cosmos. The Sokushinbutsu were protectors, miracle workers, and sources of comfort for their communities. Pilgrims sought their blessings, believing in their power to heal and protect. Their sacrifice was a public gift, nourishing the community long after death. For practitioners, this was not death, but a transition to eternal active meditation. Their legacy is a bridge between the human and the divine, a testament to the victory of enlightenment over flesh. The practice of Sokushinbutsu ended in the late 19th century, banned by the Meiji government as Japan modernized. Today, about 24 mummified monks remain, enshrined in northern temples and venerated as living Buddhas. For scholars, they offer a window into extreme religious asceticism and human endurance. For the faithful, they are powerful spiritual guardians, their presence felt in daily worship. The story of Sokushinbutsu challenges us to respect the diversity of human belief and the search for meaning. It's not just about death, but a radical reimagining of life's purpose and the potential of the human spirit. As we explore such stories, we discover the boundless wonders of our world and the depths of human faith.